Knock, knock. I really ought to speak to the higher-ups about your labor conditions. They always seem to relegate you to the dingiest, most decrepit of under-the-staircase Harry Potter-style broom closets for you to work in. Not that I'm complaining. It is, after all, nice and quiet here, perfectly out of sight. Just us, alone, in the dim dark, cramped quarters, so very, very close together. What? No sly remark? No clever quip? Come on, Specs. Better be careful. Blush any harder and I'll start to think you're finally beginning to crack. Ah, there it is. You know, most of the time I don't know half of what you're saying. Too many big words, you know, but gosh, don't I love the look of your mouth when you talk. I'll make a mental note of that. Don't know what the hell brazenly insouciant means, but I'll be sure to figure it out just for you. You know me, always eager to learn, eager to please. I'm a quick study, and I'm sure you'd be happy to teach me a thing or two. Wouldn't you, Specs? You'd be surprised at things I'm capable of retaining, given the right sort of positive reinforcement. One might even say I have an insatiable thirst for knowledge, of course. Care to give me a private lesson? Okay, yes, I'm done. As much fun as this is, your foggy lenses are always my cue to stop. But just say the word and I'd be down to start again. Round after round after round. So, the reason for my visit today. HQ says you have something for me? And here I was hoping you had plans to test out other sorts of fun toys with me. All right then, on with it. Show me the goods. Actually, I meant show me your... Ow! Ow! Okay, all right, I get it. Who knew you would be so menacing wielding a... What even is this? Ah, a high-frequency handheld sonic resonance lock disruptor. Huh. So, you're telling me this thing vibrates? No. Yeah, this is excellent. Perfect. Brilliant, as expected of our genius top inventor. It's just... well, it doesn't really fight against those fun toy allegations with me, does it? Oh, yes, certainly. Certainly. I wouldn't dream of overstepping the professional boundary that so thoroughly divides us. No, I understand that those thoughts will have to forever remain fantasy. Blissful, blissful fantasy. Euphoric, thrilling fantasy. Epic, out of the body, unbelievable. And see, how could I ever act on anything when you're here, forcing me to pull out back to reality? I know you only made this thing to complete that work order request for my last mission. I just like to make these jokes in light of your fulfilling my every want and need. With that in mind, these must be Yes, my X-ray glasses. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Radiographic optic lenses, X-ray glasses. Same difference. These don't seem to be working, though. Nope. No. Yeah, they're up and running, but they... well, trying to see through your clothes, but I just see, like, bones and stuff. Kidding! Kidding! HQ wouldn't let me put in a request for that particular feature, which, might I add, would have been used for looking for concealed weapons on targets. Not everything I do is so... What was that word you use so often? Yes. Prurient. Besides, I know that kind of tech doesn't exist yet. It'd be an impossible task for you to carry out. No, I understand the limits of modern science. I get it. You can't do what you can't do, and that's completely fine. There are just some things in life that we're incapable of completing, and for you, this is one of them, isn't it? It's okay. Not all of us are born extraordinary, you know. I guess some of us, namely you, will just have to live out life in dull, gray mediocrity. Stubborn until the end. Well, if I can't convince you, there's no stopping you, huh? So, just to be clear, you will make me X-ray glasses for just clothes? Ah, damn. Almost got you there. I'm getting good, aren't I? At reading your tells, constructing these tricks, traps for you to fall for. To fall for me? Either I'm getting smarter or you're getting vainer. Don't be so humble, Specs. You're the best gadget guy a spy could ask for. And you know I'm not opposed to doling out a few compliments. I know how you like being praised. I'm never one to pass up the chance to stroke your ego a little bit. I'd stroke it all you'd like. Thank you for the totally not suspicious lockpicker. And for the glasses. Too bad I'll never look half as good in them as you do. Anything else you got for me? A suit, huh? Spoil me rotten, why don't you? I didn't even put in a request for that one. That's awfully considerate of you. Always nice to know you're thinking about me. Let's see. Let's see if we can't make those thoughts a bit more naughty, though. Shall we? And it doesn't look like I'll need to try so hard. Seriously, Specs. If you were really that curious about what was underneath my clothes, you only need to ask. Not even nicely, if I'm being honest. It's a tad bit elaborate to go through the trouble of devising some convoluted request for my presence just to see me in a skimpy outfit, don't you think? Specs. This is a scrap of fabric, skin tight, if I can even fit it over my head. It'll leave nothing to your creative, vivid imagination, which I'm sure was all part of your plan. But I think it'd be faster to skip over all the pretense and struggle of wearing it. Unless, of course, you're suggesting that you want to help me. In which case, I have no complaints, as long as we get it on together. All right, I'm going. I'm drawing the curtain, see? No peeking. So, why is it again that you think I'm in need of some superhero suit? Oh, you really do care, don't you? What was that quote again? You loved me to the point of invention. Touching, really. Too bad you weren't so touchy-feely in more fun ways. So, are you planning on presenting this to the board? Is this going to be a regulatory uniform that we wear under our usual disguises? What do you mean test subject? This thing isn't fully debugged yet? I'm much less interested in working out kinks than discovering yours, of course, but I suppose, just for you, okay? But if I'm so sweet as to act as subject 0, I expect some sugar in return, Specs. What do you need me to do? Stand here? Pose? I can do any position you'd like. All right, then. What are the features? How do I test them out? Ooh. Ambitious. Shock absorption and redistribution. Adaptive surface adhesion, biofeedback sensors, and dynamic environmental stealth cloaking. Look at you, you brainiac. If this works out, you'll have access to all the nitty-gritty details of the inner workings of my body that you could ever want. Which, again, you only need to ask. And here I was satisfied with just your voice in my ear, telling me what to do, where to go, really showcasing your dominant side, and don't I love it when you take charge. But, how am I actually supposed to do the things? Is there a button? Does this thing, like, read my mind? Ah, makes sense, makes sense. It'd probably be for the best that you don't know what I'm thinking right now. You know, I'm much more of a visual learner. Maybe you should hop into another one of these skin-tight suits and give me a special hands-on demo. Show me the ropes. Then later, the gags and blindfolds. Hey! I don't know where your mind is going, but I'm merely mentioning common tools of my trade. If you're thinking about something else, well, that says more about your view towards me, doesn't it? Here's to hoping. Okay, I didn't really get your other explanations, so we'll just start off with the easiest to understand feature, the shock absorption. Hit me. I didn't mean it that way, Specs. Keep it in your smarty pants, why don't you? I meant punch me. Come on, I'm strong. I'm a tough gal. I've been through many beatings in many different situations. I'm no stranger to getting a bit rough. Do your worst. Specs, I know combat isn't exactly your forte, but this is just stereotypical, don't you think? Don't be shy. Show me what you've got. Better, but I still barely feel a tap. You're just getting warmed up. Don't hold back on me now. Specs, this is a tad bit embarrassing. Come on, give me everything you have. Really put your back into it. And then maybe later, when we work you up into a bit of a frenzy, we can turn all this raw energy toward... Nope. No, I'm fine. No need to help me up. I just... can't help but be brought to my knees in front of you. Don't pretend like you didn't enjoy that. I know this job is stressful and that you need to blow off steam sometimes. I'm perfectly fine being that target. By all means, blow away. The shock absorption works fine, Specs. Didn't feel a thing. More of a shame, really, to be denied the splendor of your touch. So that's a check off for that feature. Let's do the stealth cloaking part next. How do I activate it? Nice. Can you see me? I'm totally invisible. Can you see me here? How about here? Here? What about here? Oh, Specs, sorry about that. Didn't know you startled so easily. Let me just get off you real quick. I think I accidentally triggered the adhesion feature when we fell. Guess you're stuck with me now, huh? Body to body. Okay, let's just slowly get up together and... Ow! 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 Not there. You're pinching. If you just prop me up here a bit and... There. Didn't think we could get any closer in this tiny space, but here we are, huh? I've never been happier to be so wrong. Huh? Oh. Oh, yeah. Yes, deactivate the adhesion. Of course. Where is that button again? Well, that, there, Specs, is what we call a design flaw. I can't reach that spot. As much as I know how you fantasize about me being so flexible, I hate to break it to you that most of us aren't that limber. Unless you'd like to prove me wrong. Can't you deactivate it with the remote control tablet? If we just, shuffle a bit. There. You got it? Should have known. Diagnostic and performance tests first. Of course. Sure. Go ahead. I could stand to be stuck to you for a bit longer. 250 newtons total from those punches? Specs. We've got to get you out of this lab sometime. You were winded from just 3 weak hits. Don't worry. I've got a special regimen that we can employ to help build up your strength and endurance, of course. I'm more than qualified to train you, what with my endless stamina and extensive experience. Oh, I'm nervous? What makes you think that? Ah, heartbeat monitor from the biofeedback sensor. Damn my traitorous pulse. Well, now that you've got me thinking about activities that get the blood flowing, the heart racing, and that work up a vigorous sweat, no need to monitor my vitals. If you really are interested in my various bodily responses, just continue to... Ow! Did you turn the shock absorption off along with the adhesion? That's cold, Specs. What if I actually hurt myself? What if I had actually gotten injured? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm fine, Specs. Though I do have a few ways in mind that you could make it up to me. Alas, nothing wounded here but my pride. But seriously, Specs, this thing is absolutely perfect. What did I ever do to deserve you? I guess the next step would be to take it out for a real test run in the field, huh? Great. Looking forward to you watching my every move. I'll make sure to put on a good show for you. So, is that all you needed from me today, Specs? Of course. Still dreaming. I guess I'll see you during my next mission then? Hear you? Perfect. Well then, later, Specs.